This video is dedicated to at LS420 Stoner 6. Sorry I went off on you, buddy. I was a little triggered by some comments. So, my bad? Gonzalo Lira's father has been watching my videos and he seems to be a little angry about them. He's accusing me of lying and he's trying to defend his son even though the current prison inmate Gonzalo Lira is on video claiming that he hates his father's guts because he used to terrorize him when Gonzalo was a little kid.
I know a lot about bullies. I was raised by a bully. My father, my old man, was a bully, and he bullied me, and he was a bastard. And I haven't spoken to him in 25 years because the fact of the matter is, I hate his guts. I hate his guts because he was a bully who just, let's be frank, he fucking terrorized me when I was growing up. He really scared the ever-living shit out of me just about every day. I grew up under the thumb of a bully.
So I'm making a video about the situation, and you guys get to decide, is this a case of like father like son, or does Gonzalo Lira Sr. have a good argument to defend his propagandist of a son? Watch the video until the end and find out.
The Facts Hunter.
For those of you who might not be familiar with my channel, I started making videos about Gonzalo back in March of 2023, literally less than a year after recording this video. Gonzalo's father, whose full name is Gonzalo Lira Valdez, made his first comments on my video called Gonzalo Lira Sr. Calls for Free Gonzalo Lira, CRP, Coach Red Pill's father on Ukraine arrest. But anyway, unfortunately, I had to delete Gonzalo Sr.'s comments because I have a zero-tolerance policy for Russian propaganda on my channel. And Gonzalo Sr. is a shameless Russian propagandist, not better than his son. The irony is that now the father is following in the footsteps of the son. This family is just a mess. So let's get started. Of the many comments he made on my last videos, I want to address the one he made on my last video, which is Chapter 2 of my series, The Deconstruction of Coach Red Pill, an American Parasite. Now, let me show you the particular comment I want to address. First lie. Moved to LA with $1,200. Second lie. He moved after 5 years to Chile. While studying at Dartmouth and moving to LA, he always visited Chile. Third lie. His major at Dartmouth was not Russian history. Fourth lie. He moved to LA not because he wanted to be in show business. He moved to live at his uncle's home, my brother. Fifth lie. He never lived in Culver City. Sixth lie. Counterparts was written while at Dartmouth. Enough. No wonder this idiot has only 264 subscribers. He is a big liar writing a story he made up. You never met my son and do not know anything about him. It is disgusting to read so much dirt from a poor, ignorant, primitive man. Gonzalo Lira Sr. is calling me an idiot and a poor, ignorant, primitive man. Here's the thing. I've been living in California since 1989. I have a bachelor's degree in computer science, and I am a proud Navy veteran who loves America. The reason why I'm making videos about Gonzalo Lira is because that piece of shit hates the West and is actively ruling for the fall of the United States. Gonzalo Lira Lopez is, in my eyes, an enemy of the country I made a promise to protect. I've never met Gonzalo Lira in person, but I know a few things for sure about him. Gonzalo Lira is a liar. He is a convicted sex offender by the Committee of Standards at Dartmouth, who is currently in jail facing a maximum of 8 years for being a Russian propagandist. I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather be a poor ignorant man enjoying freedom in America than a shithead locked away in a Ukrainian prison for being a Putin shill. Now, to me, it's kind of funny that this old fart completely missed a point of my video. What I'm doing in the Chapter 2 video is retelling the stories Gonzalo himself told newspapers to build a fake image of a struggling writer who became a rags-to-riches success story to gain the sympathy of people just to sell his shitty books. But make no mistake, Gonzalo Lira Lopez is a conman who is finally in jail because he was telling lies for a profit, something he has done all of his life. In my videos, I'm actively translating newspapers that publish Gonzalo Lira's own words. And because there are so many lies, it is hard to tell what is real and what is not. So what I did was just retell all of Gonzalo's lies. Because in the end, the only thing that we can be sure about is that Gonzalo Lira Lopez is a prolific liar who has conned people all of his life. When I first read these same publications, it was clear to me that Gonzalo was lying 100%. And it was astonishing to read the absurdity of his lies. I was surprised that nobody on YouTube had previously made a video about these newspaper articles. But I understand. There are not that many YouTubers who read and speak English and Spanish, so it's only reasonable that nobody has taken the time to translate the Spanish newspapers that Gonzalo used to trick people into thinking that he was a $1 million writer. Every lie that Gonzalo, the old fart Lira Valdez, claims I made is not mine. It is a lie told by his own son, Gonzalo, the prison inmate Lira Lopez. So in this video, I'm going to address the 6 so-called lies Gonzalo Lira Valdez claims I made, even though they are not my lies. These are his own son's lies. And you, dear viewers, are welcome to verify my references by searching the articles and their publications by using their respective reference numbers, which can be seen on screen. For example, let's take a look if it's true that Gonzalo Lira was once called the Chilean writer of the $1 million by searching on Google the reference number RC0024770. And as you can see, if you enter the numbers in the search engine, we are presented with a link to the depository with all the articles seen in my videos. This is plain and simple, so let's get started. First lie. Moved to LA with $1,200. Okay, let me play the video one more time. The story was truly inspiring. A young college graduate finishes school and makes the bold decision of pursuing his dream of becoming a professional writer. He moves to Los Angeles with only $2,200 in his pocket and the determination in his heart to make it big in show business. Gonzalo claims it was $2,200, not $1,200. This lie by Gonzalo was published in 2003 in the publication El Mercurio by the reporter Juan Pablo Meneses. Next, he moved after 5 years to Chile. While studying at Dartmouth and moving to LA, he always visited Chile. I never said he moved back to Chile after 5 years. In late 1997, Gonzalo Lira was back in Chile. For what I can see, this old angry fool doesn't seem to understand English anymore. Just because I said In 1997, Gonzalo was back in Chile. That doesn't mean he moved back to Chile. I know my accent is heavy, but I can't make this more simple than it is. I never said he moved back to Chile, you primitive old fool. Next, his major at Dartmouth was not Russian history. This claim was made by Gonzalo Lira to the publication ¿Qué pasa? In 1997, and the article was written by Pamela Albornoz and is also found in the newspaper Caras, published in July 1997 and written by the reporter Lina Meruane Bosa. Next, he moved to LA not because he wanted to be in show business. He moved to live at his uncle's home, and he never lived in Culver City. The claim of living in Culver City was made by Gonzalo in the same article previously mentioned, the publication ¿Qué pasa? From 1997, and again, the article was written by Pamela Albornoz. But the claim that Gonzalo moved to LA because he wanted to be in show business can be found in multiple articles. In the publication El Mercurio, published in October 12, 1996. The publication Caras, which was published in July 7, 1997, by the reporter Lina Meruane, and in the publication Eli, published in October 1997 by the reporter M. Fuentealba. And finally, Counterparts was written while at Dartmouth. Well, current Ukrainian prison inmate Gonzalo Lira Lopez told to several publications that he came up with the idea for the book Counterparts in January 21st, 1996. This slide was published in several articles. In the publication El Mercurio, published in October 12, 1996, written by Denise Baden. In the publication La Tercera, published on July 6, 1997, written by Andrés Gómez. In the publication La Tribuna, published in November 9, 1998, by Jorge Abasolo, and in El Mercurio, published in January 12, 2003, by the reporter Juan Pablo Meneses. Now, as you can see, dear viewers, everything I posted on my videos has a source that can be verified. The articles and publications are publicly available, and I stated this fact in some of my previous videos, which you are welcome to go watch if you like. But I'll repeat it again anyway. I found the publications through Gonzalo Lira Lopez Wikipedia page, which has a link in the reference section. This link takes you to the website of La Biblioteca Nacional Digital de Chile, the National Digital Library of Chile. Now, I went through all this work because, unlike Gonzalo Lira Lopez, I have a little thing called integrity. Integrity is important to me because it helps to build trust with the followers of my channel. And unlike Gonzalo Lira Lopez, I have respect for the subscribers of my channel, and I will never take advantage of my subscribers. Gonzalo Lira constantly lies to his followers and even stole thousands of dollars from them, something he did when he tricked them into paying for a book called Wheelchair Boulevard, which he pre-sold to his followers through an Indiegogo campaign in which he collected over $10,000, which he never refunded after failing to deliver the book. And when you think about it, it is amazing how stupid Gonzalo Lira's followers are. I mean, years before Gonzalo stole the money from his followers, he made a video where he showed his complete lack of integrity. Now, let me show you the video I'm talking about, and keep in mind that this whole CRP video is a lie. Let me show you the video first, and then I'll explain.
Christmas is fast approaching, and I had a little incident a couple of days ago that was, well, quite frankly, it sort of rattled me. You see, my daughter is 4 years old, and I noticed that she was looking despondent. I mean, it frightened me. You know, when a 4-year-old child looks despondent, you sit up and take notice, right? So I went up to her and I asked her, you know, what's wrong? What's the matter? You know, and she looked at me with these big, beautiful eyes of hers. And she said that she had been over playing at her little friend's house, and and the little friend's older brother, a 10-year-old boy, had intimated that Santa Claus didn't exist. I mean, oh boy, right? My daughter, you know, understood the notion of Santa Claus when she was about a little under 3 years of age. And last year, she was all looking forward to Santa Claus. And she was very worried last year of being on Santa's nice list, not the naughty list, right? And so she would always do things to be on the nice list. And she'd ask us, you know, I'm doing this, so I'm going to be on the nice list, right? Santa Claus was a big deal to her, right? And here was this 10-year-old little punk telling her that Santa Claus didn't exist. And she was looking at me for answers, right? So I knelt down to be at eye level with her, and I leaned forward and looked her in the eye with a furrowed brow. And I held her gaze, and I said to her, "Of course he exists. I talk to him all the time. Yeah, I do. I talked to him a couple of days ago. I have his number on speed dial." Wait, let's see if... Oh, wait. It's kind of late in the North Pole. You know, Santa is probably sleeping. Santa and Mrs. Claus and the little elves. They're all probably sleeping right now, so I'm not going to call him now. But, you know, I'll call him tomorrow, and if I don't catch him, look, Christmas Eve, when Santa comes over, we'll stay up and we'll talk to him, right? Yeah, of course he exists. Santa Claus. Yes, of course, dear, he exists. Absolutely. I'm telling you that he exists. Okay? The weight, I could see the weight coming off her shoulders, you know? And from that despondent look, this big, bright sunrise of a smile burst out, and she ran off to play, and that was that. Emergency solved. Some of you, I'm sure, are saying, well, you should have told her the truth, you know, that Santa Claus doesn't exist. And so you know, I answer, you know, what kind of a complete asshole would I be to strip away the illusions of a 4-year-old girl? Her belief in Santa Claus, on the one hand, is perfectly harmless. And, you know, she's not doing anything because of her belief in Santa Claus. And on the other hand, it actually does some good, because every year she looks forward to Christmas. Every year she's conscientious of staying on Santa's, you know, nice list and not on the naughty list, right? You know, it does a lot of good. And it doesn't cost anything. It doesn't have any really negative effect. When she was little, when she was 2.5, 3, and she had the concept of Santa Claus, and she became very self-conscious about staying on the nice list, she would do all kinds of things to be on the nice list, you know, and thinking to herself and saying that she wanted to be on the nice list, right? But those attitudes and actions and behaviors became just a natural part of who she is. And you could say that, you know, this is a mind control or some crap like that, that with the illusion of Santa Claus, we made her behave like a good little girl, but so what? You know, okay? At the end of the day, all that matters is, you know, she's helping around the house and she doesn't beat up her annoying little brother, okay? That's the important thing, right?
So first, in case the point of the video is not clear to everybody, Gonzalo is trying to create a connection with the conservative demographic of people who watch his videos, which is the larger number of his core followers. But by doing this, he exposes his lack of integrity by showing us how easy it is for him to manipulate others through lies, even his own daughter. But the biggest lie in the video is the fact that it is all made up. And what do I mean by this? Well, in the divorce papers filed by Gonzalo's ex-wife, she told the court that Gonzalo abandoned his family as early as January 2017, when he decided to move and work in the UK. Gonzalo defended his actions by claiming that he invited his wife and kids to come along with him. But the mother of his kids refused because she believes that constant traveling was harmful to children's development. The video that we just saw was filmed while Gonzalo was living and working in England, meaning that his daughter was at that time far away living in Ukraine along with her mother and little brother, meaning he never had that Santa is not real conversation that he claims he had with his daughter. And we also have to keep in mind that while Gonzalo Lira was filming the videos for his Coach Red Pill channel, Gonzalo Lira Lopez didn't want the world to know his real name. That's right. During his first years on YouTube, Gonzalo Lira Lopez kept his followers in the dark about his real name by having everybody know him as Coach Red Pill. Gonzalo was hiding his real identity from his followers because he didn't want people to find out all his previous scams, which included his $1 million book deal PR stunt, his $1 million movie studio scam, and most recently up to those days, his failed economist blogger sham, where he stole thousands of dollars from the Australian economist Steve Keen, after Gonzalo persuaded Keen to allow him to run Keen's monetized blog page by locking Stephen King out of his blog and keeping the subscribers' money all to himself. So with that said, I'm going to read the last interaction I had with Gonzalo's father. Hillbilly! Again more lies! Gonzalo never studied at any so-called commercial engineering school. My son is not a sociopath, as you accuse him. He plays in his videos with fools such as you. He graduated cum laude from Dartmouth and President Bill Clinton handed him his diploma. Insofar as me, I am not a filthy subhuman being as you insult me. I am an economist that has worked as economic advisor for a large corporation and governments. Presently working as an economist in a top prestigious think tank, Brookings Institute in Washington, D.C. Only the coward, the liars, and weak insult people that cannot defend themselves. Wait till Gonzalo is released so he can defend himself from types like you that live in sewers. Quick side note. The claim that Gonzalo Lira failed commercial engineering school twice and was kicked out after the first year of class due to low grades can be found in 6 separate articles published between 1996 and 2003. If Gonzalo Lira Valdez claims that this is a lie, then it's his word against the word of 6 separate reporters. Plus, Gonzalo's first novel, Tomás Errázuriz, was considered to be a semi-self-biographical tale of a young man who was kicked out of college. Old man Gonzalo Lira Valdez is the one lying here, and yet he's the one calling me a coward and a liar, plus demands respect because he is an economist with a PhD who works for prestigious corporations. In other words, he is an elite and he claims that I live in the sewers. And this is my reply to Gonzalo Lira Sr. at Gonzalo Lira 6271. Gonzalo was kicked out of the University of Chile and Adolfo Ibáñez after the first year. Keep acting as if we didn't know your shady history. You have no integrity, and the only reason you are where you are is because of your family influence. You are a failure of a father who has to lie to yourself to escape reality. Gonzalo should have been kicked kicked out of Dartmouth after sexually assaulting a fellow freshman, and I doubt Bill Clinton would have given him that diploma if he only knew that years later Gonzalo will be cheering for Putin and wishing for the dollar to collapse. You and your son are parasites to America. It doesn't matter how much money you might have when in the end you are trying to kill America by helping Putin rebuild the old Soviet empire. That's why you are subhuman. You are a parasite to America. Keep lying to yourself, old man, because that is the only way you can look at yourself in the mirror, by lying to yourself. And this is my last message to Gonzalo Lira Valdez. Listen, old man, unlike your son, I'm a man of integrity. I have the documents to back up my statements, and I will not sell my soul by telling lies for a profit. You and your son are Russian propagandists, dirtbags who would like nothing else but to see Putin rule the world. Every person who blames the US for the Russian invasion of Ukraine is doing Putin's work and is actively hurting the West and America. Putin is a killer and a war criminal. And right now, his regime is backing up Hamas in an effort to destabilize the Middle East in order to create chaos for the West. Russia is an ally and supporter of every country that would like to see the United States fall. This includes Iran, North Korea, and China. Gonzalo Lira Lopez is a piece of shit, and he deserves to be where he is right now. He was convicted by the Committee of Standards at Dartmouth for sexual assault. His ex-wife accused him of abusing her and her children. She also claims that Gonzalo was under investigation for attempted rape and for violently beating up his autistic nephew. Gonzalo is also on video, proud to be called a bastard. He claims that women are like dogs, and he thinks Americans are stupid. So yeah, fuck Gonzalo Lira Lopez, fuck Gonzalo Lira Valdez, and fuck Putin. And with that, I end all interactions with this old piece of shit. I am cutting communications with this old man. The goal of my Gonzalo Lira videos is to show the world who this dirtbag is. I will continue making videos about him, and there is still plenty of content to exploit. I still need to tell the story of his time as a scummy film producer, also his time as a shady economist blogger, his time as a dating and lifestyle coach, and finally, his time in Ukraine. Hopefully, I'll stop making videos about Gonzalo Lira either before he gets out of prison or before he dies while incarcerated. This is not entirely impossible given that he claims to have a heart condition which doesn't seem to stop him from smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. It doesn't matter. Rot in jail, Gonzalo Lira. And that is it for my video. Thank you again for watching. If you like this video, help the channel grow by clicking a like and a subscribe. This is a Facts Hunter. Thanks again for watching. Take care and bye for now.